Thank you, Mr. President, for visiting us. And we stand, of course, in solidarity with you, with your country, with your people. And we need to see peace to your people and justice be done. And you discussed that in your great speech, what Europe may do, what the Netherlands may do to help that. You'll have our solidarity in that. My question regards another major player on the world stage, namely China. You recently had a long telephone conversation with the leader of China, Xi Jinping. Beijing is also known to qualify the illegal invasion for what it is, an illegal invasion. So, they seem to want to end the war just as much as we do, hopefully. How do you see the role in China to end the Russian aggression against your country and your people?
Thank you very much. Our mission, as I said during my speech, is really, I think, so that we have to isolate Russia on all the directions. It's about business, about sanctions on business, about their any contacts and political unity in the world, what have been before this war, and the basing on Soviet Union history and all these roots. And our mission is to isolate them and to show all the world the real life, the real truth, not something more. We don't need such narratives as Russia uses, the disinformation narratives. We don't want to have any influence on somebody's brains. We are free. That's why we are fighting for freedom. We want people to be free and to have a choice where to live, how to live, with whom, and etc. So, and my mission, like my political mission, that to have as much as possible countries, to involve them to this process. We created the platform for the finishing of the war, this peace formula, but our peace formula. We don't want to be, a detail in a big game, in some peace plans. We have peace formula. Why our? Because the war is on our land. That's why we know all these crises. We divided the war on 10 priorities. Of course, we have more crises than 10 because of this aggression, of Russian aggression. But 10 very basic, very priority crises. And we want to involve to these crises and to peace formula as much as possible countries. We have, for example, and we spoke about it with the leader of China. We have, you know that our nuclear station is occupied by terrorists. They have, for today, 500 armed people are there, Russian. Terrorists, Wagner's, different are on the station. And you know that the staff on the station, they're Ukrainians. And you know that these terrorists, they took children of this staff, they took and moved them to Russia. And they have to work. Then they changed their ID. But they have to do it. These people on the station, because of their children. I understand what's going on. And how to deoccupy this. The occupied people, first of all. We're not speaking, after this winter, we're not speaking about energy. We know how to live with and without. We're speaking always about the people because human life is the first. And that's why how to rule and how to manage this situation. I have to involve as much as possible countries. Not to all the points of peace formula, because of course it will be too long dialogue and blocking from Russia and other countries. But if we are speaking about nuclear security, which is important not only for Ukraine, because this is a war, not only the war of Ukraine. 6 blocks station, nuclear station is the biggest, 6 times bigger than Chernobyl. So it's dangerous not for Ukraine, it's dangerous for Ukrainian people, and for all the Europe. 6 block is the end of all the Europe. That's why we have to involve. China was the one of Budapest Memorandum guarantor. That's why they have to be in this process. That is the first question, which we discussed long. And the second one was about the grain corridor, which is also important because we moved and transferred before the war big volume of wheat to Asia, Africa, and to China. And if we see that Russia each week want to block this corridor, even when we have negotiations with United Nations and with Turkey on our side, and they had negotiations with United Nations and with Turkey on their side, two different documents, but it meant that one corridor. So if they block, and China also, the big country which needs this process to be alive, so they have to help. And I spoke also about the deported children. That moment that we can't manage for today. That is true. No international, it's a pity. I mean that everybody trying. So yes, we are not alone in this process, but we can't manage it for today. And I asked them also to be involved in this process and to help us to bring and to get our children home back.
Thank you and
Thank you
Godspeed.
so much.